Hey, what's up? NVIDIA applications, the Ignite program applications came out today. Didn't apply yet. So apparently this is unofficial. I probably should take this with a lot of salt. It's not like a rolling admission thing, even though it did say that on the application. So now what I'm thinking is that the person who said that in the NVIDIA group I created may have either been mistaken or may have been like, trying to limit the competition and all that. But ultimately I decided not to apply it 'cause I want to buff up my resume and make it cleaner. One way I'm buffing up my resume is through taking some advice from one of my roommates who is in their grad is in grad school right now. Really cool dude, really experienced person. Another way is adding one more project. I haven't worked on any projects since August, right? And it's October now. So September was a bit of a I guess a big gap. So now I'm trying to work on an NVIDIA related project, which is going to be a cross simulation using NVIDIA Omniverse, which is one of their AI tools. So I was doing some research and trying to figure out what do NVIDIA Ignite interns do in the AI/ML space. And from what I saw, from the limited research I saw, it seemed to be mostly in the Omniverse, in the component of their business. So now I'm trying to see, okay, if I can rack up some experience there, maybe it could be like, okay, how do this person has experience there, they have familiarity with the software, they've done something new with it. That's cool. I was just think of doing open source contributions, but I couldn't find an open source thing I want to contribute to as of now. And Omniverse thing this seemed cool. I'm trying to figure out if I can do a crowd simulation service where it can like help with event planning or disaster planning. I know that was one of the things I was thinking for Do Quantum, even though I don't think the technology is there as of yet. Um, Man, it is interesting though. It's interesting. I'm trying to think though. I think it's gonna be something I have to like stay up to do. I've been staying up a bit too much. Funny enough, my CS midterm, wishing God, but I thank the Lord, was today. I didn't stay up that much for it. So this I think is gonna be like the proper staying up I'm gonna do. Um, but yeah, so that's the plan. Go and get the project done. Hopefully, I'll make a lot of progress and be able to put that on my resume. And by the time I'm asked about it, I can say, "Here's this that I'm working on. Here's why I think it's cool. Here's why I did." 'Cause I do think event planning has always been something that's dear to my heart. 'Cause I just love planning events. So I think it'll be really cool to see a software that incorporates that technical aspect of me, but also that mental aspect. So it's gonna be really interesting to see where that goes. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. It does all the software and the tech stack is completely new to me, so I'm really excited to see how much stuff I learn. I think a lot of this isn't going to stick in my head immediately, but the more I build on top of these tools, the more familiarity I'll gain, and beyond that, like in maybe a year or so, I'll be able to teach someone how to use these tools, which is the goal. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I do think I'm nervous. I do think it may backfire because I remember this morning I got the email because I was in the summer bridge program for NVIDIA. And then they said, okay, apply to this link. You have your own personal link. So it will know you were in the summer bridge program, I guess. And then this morning I was like, okay, I'm gonna buff my resume and do all that. But I get to classes, and I see people talking about like, oh, NVIDIA Ignite just came out, and those are people who are in the summer bridge program. And I saw on like online social media and everything on LinkedIn, Instagram, people were talking about like I was a nerd. I felt like this was maybe a limited opportunity, but I do think it's all fair because it's like everyone should have access to opportunity. If you weren't able to do that thing for whatever reason, the summer bridge program. But it does make me nervous. I do think, given how CS applications work, there's probably tens of thousands of people who've already applied to, probably hundreds of thousands, given some video. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how it works out. But I'm hopeful. I pray it works out. Besides that, though, be actually one more thing. Even if I don't get the job, the position, even though that's I think my ideal position as of now, I do think this project is gonna be really exciting 'cause it's gonna like introduce me to a whole new layer of stuff I've been meaning to do for a while now. I think one thing I've really struggled with is that I'm kind of like in this trough of sorts with my skills because I'm transitioning out of like the AI education research and then trying to go to explainability and then stop doing that for whatever reason. So now I'm trying to figure out if I can pick up a new set of skills or try and figure out a new direction to go into. So that could be really helpful. Besides that, though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.